How's the investigating going?
Do you think your claim on Hathorn House and the arson are related?
I sure think so.
And why is that? Because they're accusing May?
Bingo. They're going after my family because they can't get to me. Someone thinks they can intimidate me. Well, they have no idea how stubborn a Perry can be.
Do you have any more information about the Salem witch trials?
Did the exhibitions manage to spark?
They did. I found this display showing the ancestry of the accused, but it didn't seem fully complete. I was wondering if you had more information stored here somewhere.
Well, we do have the upper floor, which is also where I keep most of my accused witches' stuff.
Would it be okay for me to go up there? I'd really like getting a better picture of the history of Salem.
Usually we don't allow people up on the second floor. It's restricted. But maybe just this once I can make an exception. You are here to help, after all. So if you think it would benefit you, feel free to go up there.
Thank you.
I'll open the door for you. It's actually really cool. The stairs are hidden behind a bookcase. Hold on.
Whoa, originals? These books must be hundreds of years old. No wonder they're restricted. I hope their information is still open to the public, at least. Someone's a busy bee. Old court protocols, ancestry records. Tegan is really digging deep into the witch trial. Yes! Done. This looks great. Now... Yes! Closed off. Done. 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 That group is...
When do we want it?
Aww. Yes. Done.
Now that I've toured this town, I can see why everyone would want to protest. Whole place seems kind of morbid, right? Anyway,
When do we want it? Justice. When do we want it?
hey, what are you,
He's a judge, dear. Hello?
Yeah.
Ted?
No, Your Honor. My name is Nancy Drew. I think you've spoken with...
Nancy Drew? Carson's daughter?
Yes. And I'm with my friend Deirdre Shannon. We're investigating the arson of the Hathorn house.
Ah, yes, yes.
Can we come in?
Well, you see, no, I mean, I'd let you in, but I seem to have been locked in my office and I need some help getting out.
Do you know where I could find a key to your office?
Yes, I believe I gave a copy of the key to Alicia Cole as backup. She's just down the hall. I hope she's still here.
Hi. So sorry to bother you at this hour, but we're here to meet with Judge Danforth, and he seems to be locked inside his office.
He said you might have a key.
Sorry, I gave him my spare. Unbelievable. Does this ever end?
Oh. Well then, do you have a...
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, what business do you two have with the judge?
We're helping the judge with a case.
Anything I can assist you with?
Thanks, but I think we got it. No need for a lawyer. At least, not yet.
The diploma gave me away, huh?
Aside from the cold coffee you're still drinking and the deluxe open box of sticky tabs, yeah. You could say I know the type really well.
Nancy Drew. You really are your father's daughter. It's nice to finally...
You know my dad?
Small world. If you need any assistance or more paper clips, feel free to ask.
Judge Danforth? I couldn't...
What? Alicia said she'd keep a copy for me.
Well, I did find a paperclip. I think I can pick your lock, if that's okay with you.
Yeah?
This shouldn't be too much of a challenge. Got it.
Efficient. How'd you learn to do that, actually?
Online video tutorial.
Someday you have to tell me about your secret life of breaking and entering, Drew. Because you're in danger of being cool. Which, honestly, I just don't like.
Someday.
Ah, those protesters are out there again, stirring the pot. You know, this town used to be a quiet place. It seems lately there's been an element that has infiltrated our community. I have no doubt one of those troublemakers locked my door and threw away the key. Now, Nancy, your phone...
Oh, sorry. I'm not Nancy.
Of course you're not. You look nothing like Carson. Did your father ever tell you about the time we won 4th place at the Lake Winnipesaukee Regatta? You see, at the time I had 20/10 vision, so I was the navigator and...
Judge, this is Deirdre Shannon. She's working with me on the...
Deirdre, you're the one who tried to break down my door.
Breakdown?
Your Honor, that's an exaggeration. I was heavily...
Look, I'm really busy dealing with this Hathorn House business. Being a judge is not as simple as, you know, investigating during your free time.
Well, we just used our free time to unlock your door. So I'm sure you'll be willing to repay us with some answers to our questions. Right?
Yes, of course. What can I help you girls with?
Can you explain to us how you're involved with the Hathorn House?
Well, yes. The house was built by Judge John Hathorn during the 1600s, and it represented the oldest surviving structure from that era. Judge Hathorn, of course, was one of the 3 judges that presided over the Salem witch trials.
Yes, and I'm sure we can read all about the home's history in Salem's museum.
More recently, Frances Tuttle, Judge Hathorn's last direct descendant, lived in a small section of the house while the rest was left to fall into considerable disrepair. She was alone, except for a part-time caregiver, Lauren Holt, who had a bedroom in the carriage house. A few months ago, Frances Tuttle passed away, which left Hathorn House without a legal heir. According to the historical statutes of Salem, after 90 days, the house reverts to public property, the deadline of which is 2 days from now.
I was told that the burning of Hathorn House is suspected to be a case of arson. How did the police come to that conclusion?
The investigation found paint solvent residue on burnt embers, suggesting someone deliberately used an accelerant. Thankfully, Mrs. Tuttle never had to see what became of her.
And what evidence do you have that May Perry is the one responsible for this?
Evidence? Have you ever heard of recidivism? 3 out of 4 criminals in the United States are repeat offenders. And there's only one person in all of Salem who has a history of fire-related
So, there is no evidence.
Not yet, but there will.
You don't need evidence. She's already been convicted in the court of public.
Is that what she said?
No,
She has a history with this sort of thing.
What's May's motive? What does she gain by burning down the Hathorn house?
You'd have to ask her. And while you're at it, you can ask about her alibi, which she refused to give to the police. So, any other questions?
So the Book of Apologies. Why did you...
Yes, and first of all, I'm so glad you're all right. Nasty business. Had I known you were going to be put in harm's way, I would have never called Carson and asked for it.
I've done plenty of work for my father. He trusts me. I can handle myself.
Yes.
So I've already heard some stories, but would you mind giving me your version of why the book is...
Yes. So, Judge Sewell was rumored to keep a ledger of all the accused, intending to publish it to reconcile with their families and clear their names. But he passed away before he could do so.
Going to Austria for a rumored book seems like a heck of a long shot.
Well, I have been under some pressure from the AW group. AW as in accused witches.
Don't you think it's dangerous throwing around May's name as a suspect before any evidence links her to the crime?
What do you mean?
From what you've described, there is no evidence against May. Yet you were saying that she did it. As a judge, I think you would be the first to admit that sounds prejudicial.
It is not just me, Miss Drew. There are plenty of people who believe that May is responsible for this crime. It is not prejudice when she is the only light.
Actually, that is the definition of...
I'm not going to have this debate with you. Is there anything else?
How valid is the claim the accused witches have against the Hathorn house?
I have been working with Tegan Perry, the organizer of that group. The Book of Apologies would have presented evidence Miss Perry could use for her claim.
And without it...
Their case is incomplete. According to the statutes of Salem established in property ownership was placed under the vacuum domicilium doctrine, meaning that any unused land would be made available to any member of the public who was willing to settle on it. This comes into effect 90 days after the land is abandoned at midnight, meaning it will happen with the Hathorn estate in 2 days.
So, how did Frances Tuttle...
The woman was 88 years old. The coroner confirmed her death was of natural...
So they never investigated Lauren.
You need the suspicion of foul play to investigate someone, young lady.
We'd like to speak with her.
She still lives on the estate, although for how much longer we do not know. You can also find her in her shop, Luminous Infusions. She might be willing to...
Talk to you later.
Miss Drew, before you go, there is something else I need your help with.
You're not locked out of your car.
Oh, no. There was an incident here recently.
Oh. Have you called the police?
Well, no, not yet. I don't think anything was taken. Never mind. I'll call the police. Thank you for your time.
Okay, I'm officially exhausted.
So, how did your meeting go?
Informative. He's not telling us everything.
Don't worry. Come back tomorrow.
What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it?
So, any thoughts?
First album was better.
Yeah, totally. It's good.
Really? You like this?
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, well, they were much better before they changed their bassist.
I meant the case. What do you think about it?
I don't like the judge.
Yeah, I kinda got that. I think the feeling's mutual.
Well, he's a jerk. Maybe he burned down the Hathorn house. What? You don't think so?
I don't think the judge burned down the house. But losing the accused witch's evidence seems a little too convenient.
Exactly! It's the absence of a case, which is why
If May were willing to give an alibi, we could clear this up tonight. She's not talking to anyone, it seems. We are all allowed to enjoy some amount of privacy, but her refusal to be interviewed leads me to believe she is hiding.
I can't believe you, Drew. I thought you were... You know, not everyone can be as brilliant and cold as you are.
I'm not cold.
You need to get May to trust you. If she trusts you, she'll open up and tell you the truth. You're kind of my last hope to reach her. You're good at finding, usually. So find a way.
I'll try. Hi. Hey, what are you listening to?
You like that?
Yeah, we were listening on the way over. First album was much better. Yeah, too bad they changed.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just, you don't look like you listen to it.
Why does no one believe me?
Now you know how I
know you don't know me that well, but I'm here to help you.
I didn't burn down the Hathorn house.
Okay. Why does everyone think
It's called prejudice. I look different. Or something like that.
that doesn't seem like a good reason to burn down a
What can I say? People are stupid. Can't believe it's gone.
Did you ever visit the
All the time. I appreciate it.
Oh? Why? Because it's historically
It was built by a cold, brutal man who sent a bunch of people to... I appreciate being reminded of what happens when greedy people stay in charge.
Did you know Frances Tuck?
No. But I know her daughter Lauren has that shop, Luminous Infusions.
You ever been in?
No, why would
I was just wondering if you knew her.
I don't. I mean, I know she used to hang with my sister back in the day. I guess they fell out or something, that's all I...
Look, they don't have anything on you. All we need is an alibi, and then they can't charge you with anything.
And they're not going to have anything on me. Because he can't prove...
Then why not just give the police an alibi? That's all they need.
I just can't.
Okay, I understand. But I can't help you or anyone else if I don't know who they are.
Just... I appreciate what you're trying to do.
Do you and the judge know each other?
The man thinks I'm a bad influence.
Why?
Because I used to be friends with his son. His son has had an interesting life, and he thinks it's my fault.
Really? That sounds surprising.
You live in a small town long enough, people make up their minds about who you are. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. It just is.
Can you tell me anything about Olivia? Anything at all?
I can tell you she doesn't get along with my sister.
Really? Why?
I don't know. They had some falling out a while ago. You should ask her.
Do you think Olivia would have any reason to light the Hathorn house on fire?
Let me put it this way. Olivia is what we call in this town part of the witch business. Anything dramatic, spectacular, or with fire, she's usually involved.
So you think she...
I didn't say that. I just think it's possible that she could have.
Okay. Good. Your sister really cares about...
She has a strange way of showing it sometimes.
Well, she cared enough to get Deirdre and I involved.
I worry about her.
How come?
She takes her work really seriously. Like, she cares. A lot. Like, way more than most normal people do.
Kinda sounds like me.
I hope not. It's like her personal crusade, like only you can't live your life like that.
Yeah, believe me. We saw Tegan. Looks like she's working on an interesting...
Why don't you ask her?
Well, I thought you might have an opinion, or...
I don't. Can you just leave her out of the...
Have you ever seen this lighter before?
Whoa. I lost this days ago. Where'd you find it?
Outside the front door. I have a knack for finding things that other people miss.
Thanks. This means a lot to me. I'm done talking.
Well? Okay, yeah.
I don't know yet. We have to go to the Hathorn house. tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
You do remember what I told you about that place, right?
You know what? Better idea. I'll go. You stay here and see if maybe May feels...
Be careful out there, Drew.
There's no such thing as ghosts, Deirdre. I'll be fine.
No, not ghosts. People swear there's something in that house. Too many people believe it to not be true. All right, let's not hug or anything. You should check in with Lauren Holt. She still lives up there. Take the keys for my car. It's way too far of a walk all the way there. And remember, things happen after midnight in Salem. Be careful.